Hello and welcome to this live update from Norfolk here, and of course it is my last evening here. I have been pretty much more on the YouTube channel, and I will probably continue to do so this evening here, and welcome into some people here, and use this show here as a Q&A, and of course live from the beautiful beachside of Great Yarmouth here this evening here. Pretty much been a quiet night here, especially on a Thursday in May time. I think a lot of people tend to have gone abroad, whether they are of course just wanting to get more sun than what we've got here. Well, I can't complain personally, because you know, you've got a lovely beautiful sun. Okay, it's a little bit breezy, it's quiet, and I'll show you in just a little bit exactly where I'm situated here, and I'll do some narration along with that in just a little bit here. I haven't got no script with me, so I'm just having to basically, of course, just do things off the top of my head right this minute here. So live with, of course, touring with Nick C special from Great Yarmouth here, and keep spreading the word here, and spreading the love and all that kind of thing, whatever you like to do. So yeah, I can actually spread and share this live now, which I couldn't do yesterday for some reason. I don't know why, but yeah, I'd love to say hello to all the travel channels out there, of course trying to travel as much as they are able to. If you do want to send a donation, feel free to do so to help the upkeep of this group here. And we do have merchandise on our eBay account for like pens, and if you do want a cup or something like that, let us know that you want one, and we'll try and get one out to you as soon as possible, and we'll showcase what the items are in the shop as well. So when I return to Suffolk, which I will be hopefully some point during the latter part of the island, but of course mainly hope I'll be doing a live maybe in the evening, or maybe of course over the weekend, I mean. So God bless to everyone here. It's very much a coach holiday experience for a lot of elderly people around here. Let me just flick the camera off, and everybody wants on the show today. So let me just set you the scene here, live from Great Yarmouth in Norfolk. And this is what used to be known, that big tower there used to be known as the Tiffany's Tower. It's also got some rooms that you can stay. They're pretty expensive over there. It is an expensive part of Great Yarmouth, I would say myself. And if I move the camera around this way, you've got the Royal Hotel. I believe that's still open. And of course, if I take my bag away, you can actually see a little bit more better. Do excuse what is affecting the picture here. So I will move the camera a little bit here so you can actually see. This is the Nelson Hotel. It's always been a Nelson Hotel. I believe they used to do food there and breakfast, but I don't know if they do it anymore. But I know that they do have rooms there for about £50 a night, which is not too bad really. And the steps are just round the corner there. Where I'm based is where I'll show you in just a little bit. Of course, the next thing to note is that it's a lovely restaurant that is open during seasonal times. It's just recently opened, and of course it's open pretty much all day up to about 8 to 9 o'clock at night. They do takeaway fish and chips and sit-in bases, and of course you can have breakfasts there for a reasonable price as well. It's called La Palmer's, and next to it is a convenience store where quality Lakeland milk. So the Indian guy, a very friendly guy in there, you actually served me, and was very, very friendly. But unfortunately, he didn't have any, of course, Lakeland speciality milk in there. They sold out, because I think I bought a load of them yesterday. But it is an off licence, whatever that means. But of course, yeah, I presume that means they have a licence to sell things there. and it looks beautiful for their outside stuff over there, which also, if you go inside the shop, they've got postcards as well. I'll show you the postcards that I bought in just a little bit here. So that's the convenience store, so check that out definitely. And of course you've got an Indian restaurant just down there. I can't read it from here what it actually says, but if I zoom in, you'll be able to see a bit more closer to what it's actually called. And then you've got the Hinchingbrook restaurant, and you've got the corner cafe there. You've got lots of different museums. There is a museum in Great Yarmouth, but of course lots of different amusements, I meant. And here is the close-up of the tower there, formerly known as the Breakfast at Tiffany Tower. And I believe it's a nightclub down there as well. They've got lots of amusements down there as well. Obviously, being in May, it's still not seasonal time, but of course the Golden Wheel here is in operation. It once was faced the other way, but they've obviously moved it to face it this way. So yeah, nice. You can see a close-up of that. Would you like to go on one of those? Wonder how much it costs for that. But yeah, I'm situated here. It doesn't say that I can't sit here, but of course that's the reason why I'm over here at this moment of time. So I've just flipped back to me here. Behind me is the Sea Life Centre and its restaurant here. I haven't seen it open all day. I don't know when it does open, but of course I'll have to give you some research of that. They do have toilets around this area, but I normally go into the Wellington Pier, which is just literally around the corner. So yeah, my hotel, definitely recommend it. So yeah, let me just flick over here. Is just to the left there, and I'll just point it out. You just go further to the left there. It's not that area there. That will take you to the Emperor, I think it's called. Yeah, is it Emperor Hotel or something like that? There's definitely a name with that kind over there. And of course the George's Hotel is on the next row down at Albert Square. That's what it's called, just down there. It's just about a 5-minute walk from there. So yeah, very, very good welcome to everyone that has just joined us live from Great Yarmouth. And I can tell you, of course, there's lots of British flags around here as well, and there is videos to come with that, so look out for the videos for that. And of course lots of British flags all the way around here, because majority of people voted for Restore, and that is represented by Rupert Lowe. And there's been lots of questions whether Rupert Lowe will be able to expand his election for that. But of course, a lot of Reform voters may be disappointed with that, but I do think they should basically collaborate together. I've spoken to a lot of taxi drivers in this area, suggesting Rupert Lowe is the one. Yeah, interesting other policies he can do on that. So we'll have to wait and see if he's going to spread it across the UK. So yeah, in some parts of the UK, they won't allow British flags or even English flags. I think that's a little bit disgraceful. But anyway, we're not here to discuss all about the politics side of things. So welcome live to all of you tuned in here. Say hello in the chat here. We've got, of course, Nancy. How are you? Harry B. Hello. Yeah, we've got some fine signal in this area. In some parts of Great Yarmouth, you can't get 5G very well. I'm actually on 5G right now, so I'm quite lucky to get it on Gift Gap or Gift Gaff is the right word there. So yeah, like I say, the wheel, as in the big wheel that turns around, which is literally in front of me right now, is actually in operational. I've never been on it myself. I don't know whether I'll be petrified to go on it, actually. But I'd rather see someone else go on it, to be absolutely honest. And just looking over my shoulder there is a lovely little area, and of course it's got a beautiful section of flowers over there. I've never seen that before. Perhaps that's just recently been planted there. So yeah, I didn't want to stay too much in my room today because it's a little bit stuffy in there. I do have I would have a fan with me. I've actually got it with me now, but I mean, I do say I have got one for the room, but of course, if I turn it off after a while, the heat comes back to you. So, yeah, it's nice to be warm, but of course, yeah, if you bring a fan, because some hotels don't allow fans for whatever reason, I've got no idea with that. But of course, they do have fridges and microwaves as well. So, yeah, I was lucky to have the same room back again for the final night, and, of course, didn't have to move. But I did prepare myself just in case I had to move room. But, of course, I have to ask the main reception guy that runs the place, great guy, Adam. If you ever meet him, he's fantastic, all the way from Poland. But, of course, he hasn't travelled all the way from there to specifically go to the hotel. But, of course, he's been brilliant since day one that I met him at the George Hotel, and I'm so proud that they do have a fridge there, and of course it really does help. It's cheaper than a Premier Inn. At least you get a lot of different channels on your TV, standard TV, like a Freeview thing. But yeah, I've been watching that and of course keeping up to date with that, and I've got lovely, just about right sunshine glaring through my left, and of course if you're watching it'll be on the right. But of course, yeah, I'm quite privileged with that. It's just so lovely. And of course the seagulls have been very quiet in this area. So perhaps that's where I should have my chips. I should get them from over there and then bring them over here. But I have to wait and see. So, of course, if anybody wants to support the channel, feel free to do so. This is your opportunity to do so. Of course, let's see how many people can do it by the end of the stream here. Yeah, families have been around here. But overall, it's been very quiet. I don't mind it being quiet, but I should imagine it will start getting a bit hefty with a lot of people throughout June and July time, but that will probably be torrential rain sort of that time. Nobody comes when it's wet, and nobody seems to be coming when it's sunny out here, apart from me. But of course, yeah, and a few other people that like to walk their dogs. You may be able to see me on the webcam up in that direction over there. There is a webcam over there. I'll show you where the webcam is. So, yeah, let me just flick over. Hopefully you're still seeing a screen here. So, yeah, I'll zoom in to where the webcam is. If you go onto the Great Yarmouth webcam site there, you'll see that little up is where it's pointing out on me. Sorry, it's a bit blurred there, but you can see it hanging down there. That's the webcam. That's one of them anyway, and there's another one at the other end of Marine Parade, which is what this area is, and you've got the Britannia Pier at the end as well. I don't know whether I've got time to go over to the Britannia Pier this evening, but of course I might be able to do it tomorrow. But yeah, the reason why I've come out here today is because it's sunny, and the other days were a bit gloomy, and I didn't really feel like coming out. Isn't that strange? But yeah, I had to wake myself up a little bit to be able to get up a little bit. I had to have a couple of rests here because I'm not a very good sleeper at night, so of course I didn't get to sleep until about 3 to 4, something like that. It's just the way things are, and I like to have to lay in, but I won't be able to have that because I've got to be checked out by 10 o'clock in the morning at this place. So, yeah, and of course, when the cleaner came in this morning, they said, of course, check out, and they didn't realise, it's not their fault, but of course they didn't realise that I had booked another night. And I told her, of course, it's up to Adam whether he wants me in that room. The one that's in charge at the reception. Of course, they've got policies there. of course, a no smoking policy and no hen nights there. But they do have a former restaurant in there where you can actually chill out in there. They've got fish at the start of the, of course, reception area, a fish tank full of fish, which is quite nice to see. And I'm going to miss all that. But anyway, that's another thing altogether. I wish I was here for the rest of the weekend. That's motorbikes going by at the moment. You get a lot of that down here. Well, the piece is gone now, isn't it? So, yeah, any questions, feel free to ask any questions whatsoever. I've got my battery pack here, and, of course, it should last for a little while here. And the signal is absolutely dead perfect. I've got full bars here. At this part of Great Yarmouth, it's lovely. And, of course, yeah, I hope it continues as well. But, yeah, I'm going to show you around this little section here, which is in front of me right now. It's a little garden area. And, of course, let me just flick the cameras over there to show you something a little bit different rather than just my face here. You could just about see the garden here. I can't see it very well on my screen, but I can zoom in for you guys and girls out there. You can see how beautiful that looks. I think it's just the first time I've seen that. I don't think I've seen that before, but of course, yeah, it looks lovely. And what a great setting it is for a great seaside tourist attraction place like this. That's the wheel there, you can see there. Lots of people have joined today, so thank you very much indeed. It really means a lot, a huge lot. I can just barely see myself here. I can see, of course, people have just tuned in. Harry B, hello to you. Hello to everyone here, live from Norfolk here. And, of course, yeah, this is my version of a webcam here, live here. And the seaside is just literally behind me here. I don't know if you can see that in view, but it is absolutely fantastic to see the blue sea once again. So, yeah, I haven't seen that for absolutely ages. I'm going to miss it tomorrow. Yeah, I've chosen a bad time to leave, really. But, of course, all I can tell you, there has been lots of British flags all the way down the seafront. Is that why people are scared to come here? It is really a joke. But anyway, of course, a bit like the joke of the Southampton scandal being over proportionate, over the top, basically, with what's happened in the recent disqualification for Southampton to not get into the Premiership. So, yeah, lots of speculation about that, lots of different opinions about that, and we're not here to discuss it all because, it will just turn into an argument, wouldn't it? So, yeah, anyway, of course, come and say hello in the chat here. Come and support us if you can. We'll be here for another half hour, by the way. And, of course, if you've got any questions, feel free to use this as a Q&A. I've got some water on me, so don't you worry about that. I've even got some milk. I can actually drink that here. It doesn't say I can't sit here, so, yeah, it's just great, isn't it? It's just lovely. So maybe the final wasn't going to be a winner for Saints anyway, but of course the whole thing was just not to be, obviously. So yeah, anyway, that's another discussion for another day. We'll have to do it all again with 4 points deduction, and it's a terrible thing to actually experience, but nothing we can do about that. And of course we have to live to fight another day now. I've been very disappointed as a neutral, but of course we've just got to try and get on with it as best as we can. It's not easy. I would like to see how Borough would have survived with it, but there you go. They got a free ticket to Wembley, so there we go. I can put. I think they were about £1, and of course for a small milk there. They didn't have any lake land, so of course they normally do, but of course I must have taken it all yesterday. Another motorbike, a couple of them actually this time, going past, making a hell of a noise, and another one, and another two. Not bad, nice and fresh. So there you go. It's not often that you drinking milk very often in front of a camera here. So yeah, the summary here: relaxing by the seaside with a view of the ocean. Ask your travel questions. Go. Have you ever been in a day like this? Some of you have out there. I want to say hello to all the travel does. Yeah, let us know with you travel to. What we want to collaborate with travellers that have been not just this place, or maybe another place of Norfolk. One place I would like to actually go for a day trip is Sheringham or Cromer. I haven't been to Sheringham, but I've seen it on the webcam. But yeah, if you see me on the webcam here, just go to, of course, Great Yarmouth webcams. You'll see me waving in the background, and I'll try and take a picture of that so you can see it on the TikTok page. But yeah, it's been an incredible few days for me. I wanted to extend my stay because I knew that it was going to be lovely at the end, so I had to get some experience of it. So yeah, hello to, of course, Rogue. So yeah, you're in the chat here. So yeah, I'm sure you're witnessing something spectacular here, because behind the scenes here, or behind me actually, is a real picture, and it is, of course, the Sea Life Centre. And of course, if you sort of look just behind me, beautiful seaside here. I recommend people come to this area, in particular when it's warm and sunny like this. And I can't believe there's not masses of people over here. Doesn't seem to be any migrants or anything like that, which is fantastic news. There's been a few, of course, people from abroad, but they are here to work. They're not here to, of course, murder people, rape people, whatever you like to call it. But of course, yeah, there's people well around, getting a lovely view of the air. I wish I was pushed around in that sort of way, but not in a negative way, because that's really horrible for someone to be able to walk around. But I mean, I wouldn't mind a lazy push around. That's what I meant by that. You know, not to be, of course, offensive to anyone that's got a disability. So yeah, of course, like I say, if you've been watching on replay, massive hello to you. If you've been watching on Touring with Nick C Extra or something like that on the YouTube channel, feel free to get in touch with us. And this may well be going out on my special show tonight. And hello to anyone that is watching absolutely anywhere on any platform. I don't know what that is in front of me. It looks like, of course, some sort of roll of paper just literally behind me there. I just wanted to show you what I think that might be. Looks like some sort of wrapping there. Some nice little doggies there. And lots of people walking their dogs. Maybe they're locals around here, because I can't imagine anyone travelling and walking their dog, because you have to get the dog on the train, wouldn't you? There they are. Just look at the animals. Free animal view. So yeah, sorry about that. I'm trying to zoom in so you can see. I wonder what kind of breed of dogs they are. It feels like we're walking in a park here. Like Easttown Park. And there's lots of dogs walking. It feels like a park around here. It really does. So there we are. That's a little bit of that. If you're a dog owner, of course, you might know the breed of these dogs here. How amazing to see that. Feels like I'm in Easttown Park right now, but of course a little bit cooler, obviously. Somebody says, hi Nick, is that Austin? Hello to you. I am in a different location here, and it is real. There's no fakeness about this one. It's absolutely real. I'm drinking some protein kind of milk here. A place at a convenience store which is just about still open. In the winter they don't normally open, but the Muller milk semi-skinned is not too bad. Obviously you've got to use it up very quickly, but with the Lakeland special, of course they give you a bit more longer life, but of course they ran out of stock of that. That's the only place they do the original creamy quality long life milk. You will not get that anywhere else. The Cafe Maid has just gone out the window. They don't seem to do it anymore. I don't know whether it's because cream is bad for you or something like that. Of course, the best place you can buy it now is in the Iceland supermarket for £3 for about 3 of them, £1.30 each. Just wanted to show you the coastal clipper, which is the coastal clipper just over there. You can see it in the distance. There you go. Coastal clipper. I think it's coastal clipper. I think it's of course £3 each way for a single ticket, and of course £6 a day, I believe. And the session bus passes are valid on this, which is fantastic news. So I can, if I wanted to, go all the way down to the other end and pick up a taxi to go to the town if I really wanted to. But of course the last bus will probably be finishing around about 5 o'clock. I think that is the last one now. It's a shame because, when it comes into the summer more, there is more late buses. It is a pity that they don't have them as much around here down the coast, because it would be quite useful, save getting it. But that's another thing altogether. So feel free to support the channel any time you want. Still some people walking around, which is fantastic, and of course I might have a little bit of a stroll along the beach for a little bit here. When I leave here, I'll be here until about 6:30 here, because of course I want to do an early show tonight for about an hour. Once I settle in the room, because I need to settle in the room before I do anything else. Oh, that was nice. It's still not bad, but you've got to drink it quick. It runs out on the 30th of May. I wonder what this one is. It's 29th of May, so it's a little bit earlier. How'd you work that one out? I don't know. But of course, it's got to be lasted by, this little thing here has got to be lasted by tomorrow. Hopefully I'll be able to finish it by tomorrow. But I do have some water. On me, and in case I do want to have some water. Don't want food tonight to be going, which is fantastic news. Got some rice, some pasta, that kind of thing. So that will keep me going for a little bit here. So, Effie, hello to you. So, very, very good evening to all of you here, including Austin here, one of our moderators here. 10 love hearts here. That's not too bad. That's the lowest I've had for a while here. I can see police cars going down here. I can hear it in the distance here. They haven't got a far for the police station. It's on the other side of the town, and opposite, actually not too far away from that west bank, which I probably will be heading to tomorrow, hopefully, all being well. So, looking forward to, of course, an exclusive return. Well, not exclusive, but of course, I hopefully will be back here again in a not too much distance future. Looking forward to it immensely. So, of course, if you ever come to Norfolk, I suggest you come over here and check it out, because they've got some lovely restaurants and some hotels. They all stretch all the way down to the other end, and of course, yeah, I'll just flick over now and show you exactly what I mean here. Sorry, I've just got to scratch my nose here for a couple of seconds. My nose is getting itchy. But anyway, of course, we continue here all the way down to the other end of Marine Parade, and there's another webcam on that side there where that building is. If you go straight on, of course, the road will take you up to Seashore. Along that side, on the left-hand side, is the Great Yarmouth FC football ground. And also, of course, there's lots of different hotels down there, which, of course, are at hopefully affordable prices for you lot out there. And the only one that I've found really, really area is the one that I'm paying, because you can get really good discounts on booking.com. I got a room for, it's normally about £33, but of course I had a slight discount, that resulting in about £32 for the night. So not too bad at all. Of course, the host shares their seaside view on a day trip to Norfolk. Yeah, we was talking about Sheringham earlier, weren't we? So yeah, if I do want to about Sheringham earlier, weren't we? So yeah, if I do want to go about Sheringham earlier, weren't we? So yeah, if I do want to go by train through Norwich and spend a sort of day there. It's a long route, but and of course to do that, you probably have to stay the night, and then of course go up to Sheringham that way. But maybe I could do the travel lodge as well, but of course you'd have to get a taxi to it, because not everybody fancies walking everywhere. So yeah, I've been lucky that of course I'm able to get myself about. I've had enough money to get around, just about. I've just about managed it. So yeah, if anybody wants to, of course, back me up with some support for next time, and of course that will help a lot. Or of course you can buy your own pen to support the channel as well, and all proceeds go to the upkeep of the channel to keep us all going, basically. So yeah, keep spreading the word about the channel, and yeah, we really love every one of you. So yeah, I'll now show you something here, which of course I find fascinating, because you know, not only I've got plastic wallets, I've also got some, let's have a look, I've got to find them really, there we are. Of course they cost around about £3, because it's about 3 per item there, so 3 of them for £1.20. You work that out times by 3 there. So there's one that's got I love Great Yarmouth. I'm actually going to show you on the other camera, which is the front camera, because you won't be able to see direct very well. Let's have a look. I'll show you on the table here. So here is one of them here. That's I love Great Yarmouth. I've got a couple of those. And of course some very nice postcards, by the way. They're very, very nice and neat. A Great Yarmouth, and look at that. Doesn't that look fantastic? And of course I like this one here. Great Britain of Great Yarmouth. Probably Rupert Lowe's idea, that one. And of course one with the Great Yarmouth Minster, which is quite nice as well, and some nice buildings there. And the breakfast at Tiffany's Tower there, and Britannia Pier, and the beach as well, which is quite nice, and some of the gardens just outside Britannia Pier there. How brilliant is that? And of course the waterways, another one there, all for about 50p each. Oh yeah, I didn't show you very well, but there you go. Look at that. Isn't that just amazing? And yeah, I love Great Yarmouth. I've actually got I love Hopton as well. It's a great one for your kids here. I don't know if I've shown that one before, but of course, yeah, I think I've pretty much shown them all now. But of course, yeah, hopefully I won't lose them all. And of course, it's thanks to the Impact Souvenirs of Great Yarmouth. So of course, we may throw one in with one of our pens, so we might sign a copy of them, and of course that will be included in the price of the souvenirs that you buy off us as well. So yeah, back to me here. I do need a haircut, by the way. It's been grown long and it's making me too hot, you know, a sweltering hot that is. So yeah, massive hello to anyone here. As I say, feel free to support the channel anytime you wish, anytime we go live, anytime we do a video as well. And you can support us on the videos as well. Really do appreciate every one of you. And of course, the convenience store is still open, which is brilliant news. Even after 6 o'clock. If it was winter time, they wouldn't be open. I doubt it pretty much. But anyway, that's another thing altogether. So yeah. What else can I say? But of course, we are coming to the last 15 minutes of the actual live here, broadcasting from Great Yarmouth, Norfolk's finest beachside, and it is Thursday, the 21st of May, 2026. In case you haven't noticed, check all your calendars out there. And I can say it is 13 minutes past 6 p.m, 18:13 in 24-hour clock mode. It's Nick C with you here, and a very, very good evening to you all. And of course, I've been live for quite some time here, and I thought I'd show you a little bit of the sort of lovely seaside route here, which is what I'm going to take in just a little bit here. I might even take the camera with me for the last 10 minutes or so, and have a little bit of a wander. But of course, I think I've got enough battery to survive myself. Only just though, and I'll probably need to charge it up a little bit later on. And it's got 3 bars on it now, so yeah, I have to be very careful how I use the battery here. So yeah, I don't want to use it up. I've been using this sort of wire case here, and of course, yeah, you've got the 3-way wire there. So hello to Mel the Hey. Of course, thank you very much for joining us here, live and exclusive. So of course, I'll do a 10 one because it's gold, and it'll take me. But you see, get a perspective of it. I'll see where the seafront takes me, which will be quite fascinating to know. So yeah, bear with me whilst I get myself ready for that. So yeah, this is the exciting part where we will take you on an adventure here. Hopefully the signal will hold to stand out. Well, we hope that the signal will stay with us, and if it does, that's fantastic news. If it doesn't, then of course we do apologise, and of course, yeah, because the signal can be a little bit on the dodge side, as we well know. So yeah, I'm going to flip the camera on so you don't see my picture. You won't see my picture now. So I've disappeared for a little bit. So yeah, it's 6:15, or just that now, isn't it? Yeah, it's 6:15 now, my time. I've just about seen some seagulls. There's been a few about, but of course, yeah. Perhaps they'll come closer if I've got chips with me. Make sure, if you do have chips, make sure that you don't stick them near a seagull, because they will take it off you. There's that roller again. It seems to be rolling out around everywhere. The wind is taking it up here. So, yeah. So come and support us. I do not understand what you're saying in your comment here. So yeah, you're probably asking where are we? This is Great Yarmouth here. Do check it out. I think these people want to sit down on the bench here. I don't blame them either. It doesn't say you can't sit here, so that's amazing. And they've got chips over there as well. Let's hope the seagulls don't come this way as well. So yeah, of course, thank you very much for just joining us here, wherever you are joining us. Live from Great Yarmouth. I've just got to get myself off the bench, and then I can, of course, carry on with the walk. So, do excuse me whilst I prepare myself, get myself ready. So, yeah, I don't know how long the battery will take us, but of course, I'll go slowly. There is some steps down here, by the way. You have to be very careful down here. So, yep, that's the sea life. And when it's open, they do have a cost of coffee. The Sea Life Centre goes all the way around the other side there. And I'll go for a slow walk here. So bear with me whilst I take you through a slowish kind of walk. And of course, maybe I'll read what it says on this. I would say, the coastal cliff is just behind me there. A few people on it. I think the big wheel has stopped here. So, yeah, it's not often we get a chance to see this. But it is a lovely, fantastic view here of the Wellington Pier there. Sit outside for a little bit here. I'm surprised nobody's sitting outside now under the shade there. But yeah, a quick 10-minute walk, and that is where we're going to end it here. Because I'd like to show you the sea. I don't often get a chance to show you the sea, especially in the particular climate that we're in, as in weather climate. So yeah, how to help your local bugs. Build your own bug hotel at home, it says here. Plant flowers and plants in your garden that are native to the UK. Support your local charities that do work to help bugs and other invertebrate animals like Bug Life or Norfolk Wildlife Trust. Let your grass grow. Let your grass grow. You can join in No Mow May and see what cool creepy crawlies make your lawn home. Wow, that's all on that board there. What is a bug hotel? You might be, of course, wondering. A bug hotel is you make provides bugs, insects, and other invertebrates in a safe place to live, hide, nest, and eat, and just make sure to plant lots in capital letters. Lots of different native flower seeds to encourage lots of bugs to come and live here. Some of the flower seeds are great for pollinating. These seeds are great for pollinating bugs, and others are ideal for local butterflies and moths. There you go. How interesting. Look at that. Isn't that just pretty? It's incredible. Of course, this sign looks a bit sorry for itself here. Bugs you might see in or at a hotel. There are loads of bugs that you might be able to spot. There could be flying insects like honeybees, bumblebees, butterflies, wasps, or marmalade hoverflies. You might also see some ground-dwelling bugs like isopods or woodlice. That's spelled ISO pods or woodlice. Wow, there we go. Right? Yeah, not bad, thank you.
I don't really see it. I see a bee.
It's not a hot dog.
Oh, yeah, it's not like they're all in there. I
See rabbits on there over the night time.
Yeah, sorry.
It's alright. Just came to have a look there. The Buckingham Palace. The Buckingham Palace. Wow. Full of pallets there. Why don't we put that there? So, yeah, the it's over there, which is there. So why are bugs important? Well, bugs are incredibly important for the whole, as in capital letters there. Okay. Whole ecosystem, and us humans depend on them without even realizing it. They're the reason why we have food to eat. They provide food for loads of other animals. They break down waste, and they maintain so many important parts of wildlife around us. Insects are known as keystone species. Without them, the environment around us would collapse. They are also bioindicators. This means that their presence can tell us how healthy our soils and rivers are, which is especially relevant to the Norfolk Broads. Hopefully you can read all that, ladies and gentlemen. So live and in living colour here, the other angle of the big well here. Okay. Okay, so there we have it. So, speaking about these bugs here, the peacock butterfly. Bugs here, the peacock butterfly. Bugs here, the peacock butterfly.